Hey there! I hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome back to the Urban Pharmacy, where I help you eat more plants. Today, I'm going to talk to you about sprouts. It's a busy day. I've got a lot going on, so I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. As you can see, my produce shelves behind me are definitely barren and need filled. That is some sad stuff right there. And I've got the spring chives from the backyard that I need to process. I'm going to put these in the food processor and chop them all up, which, by the way, did you know you can eat these flowers? The chive flowers, they're actually edible and incredible. So good, culinarily amazing, and good for you. But anyway, I'm gonna chop these up, put them in a food dehydrator, and dehydrate them so that I can have fresh chives all year long. But anyways, back to the sprouts. I wanna tell you about how you can grow your own garden on your countertop today. On your countertop for pennies on the dollar with water, seeds, and a sprouting container, okay? And I'll explain all of that to you. What I'm going to do is leave links down in the show notes so that you can shop for all the seeds that you need to. You can shop for containers that you can grow your sprouts in, and you can get your indoor kitchen going. Now, a few fun facts about sprouts. Sprouts are the seed of every single plant, regardless if you're eating an avocado seed, you can even eat avocado seeds sprouted, or a broccoli seed that's sprouted, or a mustard seed that's sprouted, or a pea that's sprouted. Every single plant starts as a seed and can be sprouted. And once it's in its sprouted form, you can eat it, okay? So the coolest thing ever is that it's so bioavailable to eat sprouts. What I mean by that is that, like, you can't eat raw rice, right? Like, you need to cook rice first. But if you sprout rice, you can eat it raw. Same with lentils. Lentils, you can buy lentils and sprout 1 cup of lentils. It will turn into 4 to 5 lentils, cups of lentils. How cost effective is that? And it increases the absorption rate, aka the bioavailability, and it increases the phytonutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, the protein content, the antioxidants, the soluble and insoluble fiber, the vitamin C, the vitamin E, the vitamin B. Sprouting is game-changing for your health, okay? And your pocketbook. You can live in the desert, like my friend Doug Evans, who wrote the Sprout book, which, by the way, it's in its 8th or 9th running of being published because it is so popular, and it's in the top 1% of Amazon nutrition books. So you need to get the Sprout book by Doug Evans. He's been on my podcast, and he's also on my YouTube channel. If you just scroll down, and you can watch the episode with him. But I learned about sprouting about a decade ago, and I found sprouting through the Sprout Man. Sadly, the original Sprout Man tragically died in a car accident, but his 2 sons took over the company, and they are still continuing the Sprout legacy so that everybody can know about the health benefits of sprouts. And let me just tell you one thing. I'm going to show you in particular broccoli sprouts today. And broccoli sprouts are so high in a plant compound called sulforaphane. My 2 plant compounds combine to create sulforaphane, and every one of these sulforaphane is present in brassicas, okay? In every type of brassica plant. So brassicas are anything from arugula to wasabi to broccoli to cauliflower to kohlrabi to daikon radish to if I didn't say arugula already, I meant to say arugula. There's a lot of cruciferous vegetables, okay, and brassicas that you can sprout to have sulforaphane in them. Mustard seeds have sulforaphane in them as well. And sulforaphane actually crushes cancer cells, okay? And the sulforaphane content in broccoli sprouts versus the mature broccoli plant can be up to 100 times greater. So Actually, if you were to eat just the broccoli seeds, that is the highest content of sulforaphane. But the next best thing is to eat the sprouts. And that's what most people are gonna do. They're not probably gonna eat broccoli seeds, okay? So here is how you sprout. Hold on. Let me go back real quick. Back to the Sprout Man. About a decade ago, I bought this wheel. It is cool, the coolest thing ever. I hope that you can find this. Maybe you Google Steve Meyerowitz, who was the original Sprout Man, and see if you can find the Sprout Man sprout chart, 1 week from seed to salad wheel. It's a wheel. And it shows you a lot of the different things that you can sprout. However, I'm telling you, there's hundreds of thousands of things that you can sprout. You can sprout sesame seeds, you can sprout chia seeds, flax seeds, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, rice, wheat, peas, grains, legumes, broccoli, mustard, lentils, so many different things. Okay, so I'm gonna read you some of the things that you can sprout, starting with broccoli. We've got sunflowers, peanuts, soft wheat, clover, spelt, brown mustard, rye, kale, pea, lettuce, alfalfa, lentil, fenugreek, mung beans, onions. Onion sprouts, by the way, are my favorite sprouts ever. And Dr. Will Bolsewitz just wrote a book. He's a gastroenterologist and a friend of mine. He wrote a book called The Fiber Fueled Cookbook. Now, if you haven't gotten his #1 New York Times bestseller called The Fiber Fueled Book, it's all evidence-based with over 600 or 800 references, nutritional references, of the top leading nutrition publications about how to heal your gut. And it's through eating whole food plants, okay? It's really not difficult. It's just that people don't know this because doctors don't know this, and their doctors are not teaching them about lifestyle medicine and how to heal their guts. And that is through eating whole plants, okay? But anyways, I was talking with Dr. B on my first podcast episode with him, and we were talking about sprouts, and I told him about onion sprouts. And he is the reason, I am the reason why Dr. B in his cookbook actually put onion sprouts in here, because they were life-changing for him. Onion sprouts are so good. They are absolutely game-changing in terms of the flavor profile that they lend to anything that you're eating. But they're also probably very high in allicin. And there hasn't been a lot of nutrition data released yet about onion sprouts, but I bet you there will be. And allicin is a very, very powerful phytonutrient that can potentially also help with other chronic illnesses. But sulforaphane in broccoli sprouts actually crush cancer cells, okay? And that is a very important thing for you to know. Okay, so I was gonna try to go down the science loop or rabbit hole, but I don't want to overwhelm your brain. Just know that sulforaphane is very, 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 very beneficial for your health, and broccoli sprouts are one way to get it. If you want to eat regular broccoli, you can also get sulforaphane, this powerful phytochemical, but you will need to sprinkle some mustard powder on top of the cooked broccoli, or chop some raw broccoli and mix it with your cooked broccoli in order to get a good amount of sulforaphane. Okay, so it's kind of complicated. I would probably just eat broccoli sprouts. I like to use broccoli sprouts in smoothies. Cohen thinks they taste like chocolate. I don't know how he got that weird idea, but he does, and we're gonna roll with it. I usually make, I'll actually do like celery or cucumber, plus a lot of bananas and broccoli sprouts, and it makes a really delicious smoothie. Very simple, easy on the gut, and you get those antioxidants and all the phytonutrients. I will also say that one of the things that we really like to sprout is chickpeas, aka garbanzo beans. 1 cup of sprouted chickpeas lend 36 grams of plant protein. That's almost all of the protein that a woman of my size needs in one day. Okay, like that is a lot of protein. So you can get all the protein you need from sprouts. Doug Evans actually lived on sprouts for 1 year when he lived in the Mojave Desert in a yurt. And he had phenomenal blood work, had all the nutrients that he needs, and it's all because he was just eating a variety of sprouts. Just like if you eat a variety of whole plant foods that come from the legume family, aka beans, peas, lentils, grains, whole grains, fruits and vegetables, you get everything that you need. And then if you want to add some flax to get some omega-3s, you can, or you can just eat a lot of dark greens and get your omegas that way as well. That's how fish get their omega-3s. They eat algae. That is where omegas come from. It's not because the fish make it, it's because they eat greens. Fun fact. Okay, so here's how you're going to sprout on your countertop. I have fancy stuff and I have very simplistic stuff. We will do both. It just depends on how many things I'm sprouting in 1 week that I'm gonna do, okay? So what you're gonna need is some wide mouth ball jars. You're gonna also need some lids. The lids have holes in them. You can get stainless steel. I'm usually a proponent of using metal things versus plastic. You know how I am about plastic. I hate plastic, but we can't avoid it all the time. I do know that these lids that I will link down in the show notes are BPA free, which is good. And they also have little feet on them so that you can actually turn them vertical if you need to drain them just like that. However, the best way to drain your sprouts is at a 45-degree angle, or just at an angle, not 45 necessarily, at an angle, okay, in between 45 and 90 degrees. So this is a good one, all right, this angle is good. So that's just a square bowl. You can also use a bowl, a 2-cup Pyrex bowl. We store all of our leftovers and food in these bowls. We have like tons and tons of them. And this will house a wide mouth quart ball jar with the sprouting lid pretty well and drain the water. So there's your option there. And then your last option would be to, if you're really big on your sprouting game, like we are, you can get a bamboo or a stainless steel dishwashing tray as such. And you can put all of your sprouts like so. And it comes with a draining tray to put underneath it, but I'm just not showing you, okay? So you put that on your countertop and you can put we can do 6 or 7 jars at one time. So that, and it folds back up, which is really nice, so for easy storage. Another way that you can sprout is by getting trays that look like this. This one has a lid, has stainless steel mesh, and a draining tray. But once you have your materials, the sprouting is the easiest thing. For broccoli, which I think we'll just talk about broccoli today, you're gonna need 1, maybe 2 tablespoons of broccoli seeds, depending on if you have really good seeds. If you have really good seeds, you only need 1 tablespoon because they will sprout, they will germinate. All of them will germinate and they will create a lot. But if you have old seeds, then sometimes you'll need 2 tablespoons and to get that germination that you want to fill the whole jar. But you're gonna fill a jar and then you're gonna put some filtered water in just about 1 inch above the seeds so that they can soften. Leave them either overnight or for 5 hours. If you are somebody that wants to sanitize your seeds and you feel as though they are potentially, they're not organic, or you just want to make sure that they're all clean, you can put a little bit of hydrogen peroxide in your water on the soak, in the soak water, and then drain it off and you'll be good to go. They'll be completely sanitized. But once they have soaked, you're going to take them and you're going to drain them. And then you're gonna rinse them with some water and you're gonna drain them again, okay? You're just gonna let the water drain out. And once, you're gonna rinse your broccoli seeds once or twice a day until they begin to germinate. So here's the next step. These were after soaking and then draining 1 time. And then this is 1.5 day old, 2 day old broccoli sprouts. And as you can see, they've begun to sprout out of their hole. And the holes, H-U-L-L, is what encases the seed. It's the outer shell. And they have become little tiny baby plants now, okay? And then you just keep rinsing and draining and rinsing and draining until they grow and grow and grow. And then if you want them to become green, you can put them a little bit more close to the sunlight. Mine naturally turn green at the tips, because we have sunlight coming into our kitchen. But you just want to drain and drain and drain and rinse until doing that once or twice a day until you have your broccoli sprouts. Once you have your broccoli sprouts, you'll want to make sure all of the water is drained out. And then I prefer to just store my broccoli sprouts as such, and all of my sprouts with the lid still on it so that it can aerate. You don't want to make it too airtight for your sprouts because that will reduce their shelf life. Then you just pop them into the refrigerator, okay? And then they're ready to eat. Simple as that. But you can do the same with lentils. You can do the same with garbanzo beans. What you'll see is like with the lentils, they create these little tails. They sprout out, okay? And this would be like what you would plant in the ground if you want to grow lentils. And you can do that with so many different things. This is a mixture right here that I have that is mung beans and like green peas and azuki beans. Azuki beans are incredible for you. They're so good. They're high in anthocyanins, which are a special phytochemical, a special antioxidant that is present in like dark red and purple and blue foods. So you can get bean mixes, you can get seed mixes, you can sprout clover, you can sprout radish, you can sprout alfalfa. Lentils, again, are our favorite. But so many things that you can do, and you can eat your sprouts raw. You can put them on salads. You can put them on loaded baked potatoes with salsa and guacamole, and then you put your sprouts on top. You can put them into smoothies. You can even cook them up if you want to and add them to stir fries last minute. But I'm telling you what, if you haven't been sprouting, now is the time. This is going to change your life. It's very cheap. It's protein packed. You're getting so many valuable phytonutrients, so many antioxidants in just from sprouting. And it's a really fun thing to do for yourself and also with your children. If you have children, they'll really enjoy rinsing and watching the seeds come to life. So that is all I have for you today. If you have any questions, just drop them down in the show notes, and I will be happy to help answer them. And happy sprouting to you. Take care. Be well.